So, we are back with the '07 Mitsubishi Outlander. And, long story short, the Mazda's no more, so I have bought that. It's been family owned for over 10 years, so at least I know the work that's gone into it. What we're going to be doing is tie rods, inner and outers, and then we're also going to do new coolant and a thermostat because this thing got a new battery the other day while I was out of state working, and yeah, a coolant light popped on. So we're going to take it for a quick test drive, test out the brakes, handling, and a couple of the other things. So yeah, let's go on and get into that today. Also, I did forget to mention in that clip, but no, I haven't been driving it. I actually haven't driven it since the last video I did on it, which was that tune-up video back in June or July of 24. So it's been over a year, almost a year and a half now since I drove it. But yeah, no, ain't drove it. But parents did, even though I told them not to, and that's how they figured out about the coolant light. So anyways, let's just get back to the video. So yeah, first things first is that wipers don't work on this. No matter how much I try to do this, they don't work. Yeah, that works. So yeah, it's getting more and more foggy. Yeah, it's throwing service lights and stuff like that. But you know, let's just go on. Oh, and those brakes are So I took it for a little test drive, gave her a little bit of gas and let off, and it completely veered to the left. So I definitely know this thing needs an alignment. I don't think there's any coolant in there, so that's quite fun. Engine bay is nice and gross, but I think I'm going to leave the engine cover off, paint this up, give it some nice looks, throw something in that place. But let's just go on and get to seeing how bad it is. Alright, so just by looking at the driver's side, I can already tell you I'm going to have a fun afternoon and night. But hey, part of the job. So yeah, I'm just here now unscrewing the last of the bolts to the thermostat. And I think someone's been in here because there's a bunch of sealant. I don't know, maybe that's just how it is from factory. Don't care, just want to get this thing replaced, put coolant back in it, get the tie rods in, and call her a frickin' day. Because yeah, look at that gunk. Alright, let's see how bad this is going to be. I wasn't the only one that just saw that, right? Yeah, there's like no coolant in there. There's like none, but it is clean. I'm not gonna lie. It is honestly pretty clean coolant, so I don't think I'm gonna flush it. The more I look at it, oh, this has been replaced. It's a motor rad one, and I know you're supposed to replace these every single time, but I don't care. I'm keeping this piece. And we're going in with just as a crappy one, CarQuest. It's 180, I believe. Yeah, so just to double check, like my dumbass even double checked, by the way, you always want this little bell air breather little thing to be on top. But whoever did this last put gasket maker in it. Yeah, that's what this is for. Either way, let's just go on and throw it back in. Let's do the fun part, if I can get my camera unstuck. And that is putting in the coolant. So right off the bat, already got the first tie rod end off. And yeah, that grease, it ain't greasing. Yeah, it doesn't even stand up on its own or anything like that anymore. So let's go on and get that popped off. First off, we ain't gonna talk about this. But either way, got the boot off, got this rod off. So you can tell, it is also nice shot, no grease. This has like no grease. So let's go on, pick these up after I pull these ones off of both sides. Then let's install the new ones. So I figured out what happened last night with this one. If you look closely at the rack, you can tell that it looks smush. And that's because apparently I smushed it with some vice grips or something last night. So I went out, got an M14 by 1.5 tap. Now this hoe, if I can do it with one hand, should now, come on, I just did it like 30 seconds ago.
6.5 hours later.
Yep, and just like that. It now goes on there. Now let's get the rest of this crap back on. And also, I don't know if Harbor Freight makes this tie rod tool anymore. That is one of the few Pittsburgh tools that I have that I picked up for like 15-20 bucks that has not broken. Surprisingly, that's like one of the only tools that I bought that is not broken, because typically it's the Icon crap that doesn't break. Typically it's the Pittsburgh stuff that breaks, and I got this for like 75% off a couple of years back or something. So, but let's go on, get that other side buttoned up, and I'm going to do that after I eat. Basically, as you all can tell, I'm not driving the Mitsubishi right now. Plain and simple, I replaced the negative terminal last night, and now it won't start. Long story short, everything's pointing towards a starter for the most part, or a bad ground, so whenever I have a chance to work on it again in the next couple of days, I guess I'm going to do that. Yeah, so speaking of starter, the other stuff that needs repairs. So far, front and rear subframe is going to need to be replaced. Luckily, they're about 200 300 a piece on eBay, so I can get one, have it shipped to me, and instead of just leaving the plain old black paint that's on there, I can already tell you I'm just going to sand it down and undercoat it with a rubberized undercoat, and probably even bed liner on top of it, just as an extra layer of protection. Yeah, because I don't want to be driving down the road and my control arm fall out of it. And that I just don't want that. So there's that. Next up, control arms. Control arms and sway bar linkages are going to need to be replaced. But other than that, front suspension and rear suspension is done. It's good. Ran the vehicle for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and this is before I replaced the negative terminal. Yeah, topped off the coolant, let it run for about 30-45 minutes, bled the system, and it didn't overheat. Nothing. No coats, no overheating, no temp light, nothing. So it worked, as far as I could tell, it worked great, and it's doing its job. So yeah, tie rods, I did have to fix the alignment because just straight out of the box, I just take everything apart. I don't mark anything. I'm just going to be honest. I never have. And anytime that I do it, as y'all seen on the hard body video, either I'll have extreme pigeon toe or it'll be inwards. And that's how it was on the Mitsubishi. The pigeon toe was more like inwards, so I wouldn't have gotten far, if anywhere at all, if it was running. But just popped everything loose, turned it in or out a couple of threads, popped it all back together, and as far as I can tell by eye, it's straight as an arrow. And I've done this for all of my vehicles. My Frontier, I did it. My Taurus, I did it. My Hardbody, I did it. And this Mitsubishi ain't no different. Yes, I'm actually going to take it to a professional this time to get it aligned after the tires get installed in a couple of days, because that's the other thing. Tires. We're getting tires. So, yeah, tires are the next thing getting on there. Subframes are going to be one of the next things. And that's going to probably be also whenever I get the control arms. But, yeah, I'm sorry that this is how the video is ending today. It's not how I wanted it to end. But, yeah, I will try to pick up as soon as possible back where I left off. Hopefully the next time I make the next part of this video, it'll be running. Hopefully. Not hopefully, but it will be. I'll have it running by next video. But yeah, hopefully y'all liked it. Sorry for all the running back and forth. I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. But hey, if y'all enjoyed it, I guess give me a like or subscribe or something. I don't know. But yeah, y'all have a good one. First off, little shameless plug for the TikTok. But yeah, y'all should go and give it a follow. But let's just go into this video and read the comments. It's pretty good. Drier than the Savannah in July. No ice cube juice. That was actually a good one, but apparently that's a Vice Grip Garage one. Hey, I found out why it's overheating and got no coolant in it. And then my favorite two. The silence was so loud, and you gotta warm her up to get all the juices flowing. But you might want to put some juices in first. That last one I'm gonna get tattooed on me for sure.